Greetings, my Rotary family. Hola. I am joined by District Governor Victor from District 2203. We're going to have a conversation today with all three of the governors from this beautiful country. And Victor, I know that you have a couple of questions that you would like to ask.
Thank you, Jennifer. Después de su estancia en Rotary España, ¿qué impresiones se lleva?
It has been such an incredible opportunity to witness all of the beautiful cities that we have traveled to, Nick and I, during our time here in Spain. Our Rotary family is doing such incredible work, and we are so proud of the projects that we have been able to see, the hospitality that we have received, but most importantly, it's the people. And I am so impressed, certainly when we were in your district, to see the young people, many of them doing incredible things, and the vibrancy, the relevancy of our organization here in España is beautiful.
Thank you. Es la primera mujer presidente de Rotary Internacional. Tenemos una vicepresidenta mujer. Me acompañan dos gobernadoras en los 3 distritos de España, 2 son mujeres. Muchas mujeres están en Rotary siendo relevantes. ¿Eso significa que se está de alguna forma, igual que la sociedad, feminizando Rotary?
I am incredibly honored and proud to serve as our first female president. And I think this helps us to break down stereotypes, for people to see us perhaps a little bit differently. Many people believe perhaps that we are male-dominated or elitist. We're not elite, but we demand excellence. And this is an important distinction. In terms of women in our organization, it's taken time. We were only permitted to join in 1987. And so we had to do the work like our male colleagues to assume positions and essentially to become the international president. But I like to think of this as a business case. And every one of us brings our vocational strength to what we do here in Rotary. In your business, if you had an underperforming market share, you would do something to fix it. With Rotary, across the globe, we only have between 26 and 27% women. We have a better business case. Half of our population of the world is women. So we have an opportunity to find women who are very talented, the best and the brightest, but not just women. We want men and women to help us grow our organization. We just have an opportunity because there are some women who have not been asked.
Thank you very much.
Muchas gracias. Welcome back, my friends. I am now joined by District Governor Ingrid, who is going to ask a few questions as well, and I'm delighted to be able to see you again and look forward to our conversation.
Thank you very much, Jennifer. I would like to ask you 2 questions.
Sí.
One is, when you finish your year, what do you think, how was the performance, or let's say, how was your year? And maybe quizás para lo en castellano, después de tu año, cuando lo has terminado, ¿cómo ves la gestión del estaño?
That is a very interesting question, and probably one I don't know that I would want to give a grade or a number, but I will say what I'm most hopeful of is that we will have moved the needle in some way on raising the external relevance of our organization. It has been one of my primary focuses to get people from outside of Rotary to see who we are. We talk very much and we talk very well to ourselves, but too many people don't know who we are. And so everywhere that I have traveled, every country I've been in, it is very important to me to talk and connect with media, with notables, with heads of state, to share what it is that our people of action are doing. They're doing amazing things, and the world needs to know what we do. Perhaps because if they like it, it will attract more hands and more hearts and more heads to do better work in the world.
Thank you. I agree absolutely.
Yeah.
And for me, you know, I always have this that I say, if Rotary would not exist, we had to invent it. But where do you see the difference between Rotary, our organization, with other philanthropic social organizations? O quizás también en castellano, si no fuese, porque existe ya Rotary, yo siempre digo, hay que inventarlo.
Sí.
Y he preguntado donde Jennifer, nuestra presidenta, ve la diferencia entre nuestra organización y otras organizaciones filantrópicas sociales.
See, I like to say that we are community leaders and problem solvers.
Yes.
We are the voice of civil society. Because we are non-religious and non-political, we have the opportunity to solve problems in ways that other organizations and even governments can't. But it also gives us the ability to work with them. And so oftentimes, if government can't solve a problem or needs assistance, we can partner on certain things. We gather together. One of the most important things that we do is that we gather together partners to solve some of our largest programs. Polio would be a great example.
Yes.
We started that more than 30 years ago, but we couldn't have done this alone. We needed the CDC, we needed the WHO, UNICEF, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, and Gavi in order for us to be able to do this. And so as we look to the large-scale problems that we're looking, the impactful, scalable issues that we deal with, we can't do these things always alone. And so Rotary stands as, I believe, a leader in bringing together the right people to solve the problems that we identify in our own communities and around the world.
Super, thank you. Thank you very much.
Gracias. Hello, I am now joined by District Governor Virginia from District 2201, and it is a delight to be able to spend time with you as well, and I know you have some questions.
Yes. Jennifer, la polio
Sí.
ha sido, creo que, el proyecto más importante que ha tenido Rotary y, por suerte, quizás estamos terminando, consiguiendo la realidad. ¿Estamos preparados para asumir otra responsabilidad de esta envergadura de la polio, como la polio?
Sí, a very important question, and we have to be very specific in our efforts for polio. We have to keep our foot on the gas pedal until we cross the finish line. It is más importante. It is the most important thing that we can do right now is to make sure that we focus our energy on eradicating the second disease in the history of mankind. But we also are taking an opportunity to learn from the lessons from polio. We learned about the power of partnerships. We learned how to leverage our ability to create a public health infrastructure in more than 70 countries. This will be a lasting legacy that lives beyond polio. And we can use that, we can purpose that into solving other great issues as well. It has an opportunity right now where we're testing new grant models, the programs of scale, where, for example, in Zambia, the first one, we put in $2 million, the Gates Foundation $2 million, World Vision $2 million US dollars, to a pot of $6 million. And we have taken what we learned from polio, frontline health workers, community health workers going out into the communities to be closer to the people. And we're testing in Zambia the elimination of malaria. In the year and a half that we have been there, with these community health workers trained to diagnose and treat, we have been able to reduce the mortality rate by 50%, 50. This is very big. That doesn't mean that malaria is our next corporate initiative, but it means that we have the ability to look at other large-scale initiatives, and we have so much, I believe, in our future that we are going to be able to solve in very profound, large and scalable ways.
Bueno, yo creo que Jennifer habla no solamente con la voz, con la boca, sino habla con todo su cuerpo. Entonces, yo también le quería preguntar, ¿qué piensas que debíamos de cambiar en Rotary para atraer más y llegar a más gente y atraer más a Rotary también?
I think we need to do a better job of sharing our stories. We do brilliant things every day, changing lives, saving lives. Sometimes it's not other people, sometimes we also change ourselves. That is one of the benefits of being part of our organization, to create this network, a global network of 1.4 million people who think the same way, and for us to be able to learn from each other, to have personal growth, leadership development. This is very attractive, particularly for young people who are starting their careers. We have so much that we can offer to them and that we can learn from them as well. So I think that telling our stories to people is incredibly important, because when they hear what it is that we do, then they say, oh, I like that. I want to be part of that. Maybe I should become part of the Rotary family. And that way we grow as an organization. I think it's one of our best opportunities. And so thank you very much for the very, very kind question.
Estos días, 2 días, has vivido conmigo algo muy importante. ¿Qué ha significado para ti? ¿Qué te llevas de La Palma?
The experience from La Palma, from Madrid, from Tenerife, from everywhere that we have spent has been incredibly powerful. It's the people.
Sí.
It's the people that we spend time with.
Okay.
And when we see that we may speak a different language, we may look different, we may have different culture, but what we recognize is we are more the same than we are different. And so the opportunity for that message, I think, for our world to understand, and that's why for Rotary it's so important. We exist without borders and boundaries. It's like we are one big country, and that is what I think is the magic of our organization. And so thank you for being a leader, thank you for being a governor, thank you for taking the time to spend helping our world to understand this.
Gracias.
Yes.
Gracias.
It has been a wonderful opportunity to be able to speak with all 3 of the governors here in this beautiful country of Spain. It has been a privilege for Nick and I to be able to be here and to meet so many of you. I'll be back in just a few moments with a final message. My dear Rotary family, it has been an honor and a pleasure, a privilege actually, to be here in your beautiful country, to have seen so much of it, to have met so many of you. For those of you who I didn't have a chance to connect with, I hope that this short interview has given some insight into personal thoughts and reflections about our organization. I also want to take the opportunity to thank each and every one of you for making Rotary a priority, for understanding that it is our opportunity, our privilege, to be able to make a difference in our world. Our vision statement, together we see a world where people unite and take action to create lasting change across the globe, in our communities, and in ourselves. I hope that this resonates profoundly with all of you who are watching and those who you might like to invite to join us. In particular, I like to think we need to bring younger members into our organization. But let me tell you one specific difference. It's not just young people. We need young people to support our organization so we can survive. But we need young thinkers. Young thinkers. This is a very important message. People of all ages who have hands and the heart to want to do service in our world. And that means we come in all ages, all sizes, all cultures, and we represent the best of humanity. So to each and every one of you, muchas gracias. Thank you so much for being part of our family and for the kindness that you have shown to my husband Nick and myself while we have been here in your beautiful country.